Okay, so I'm gonna get back on this road. I'm gonna do a little U-turn here, and I'm gonna show you guys a very cool feature that this board has got. It's one of my favorite things that some of our e-bikes have there on the channel. Stop sign. Okay, we're gonna...
Get off my hand!
Tomatoes! Wolf Tech Nation, thank you guys for tuning in to once again.
It's a secret, apparently.
Another Wolf Tech Videos episode. We are out in the deer woods of Arkansas. We are fixing to do a little real-time review.
With the fence behind you.
With the fence behind me. A little real-time review and kind of initial impressions on the OutdoorMaster all-new Caribou electric skateboard, 1,000 watt. This thing is awesome. The build quality feels very good. I haven't ridden a skateboard in years. All right, it's been a long time. So I don't know if, do we call it boarding? Am I going to be boarding?
I don't know,
today?
but you haven't rode a skateboard in years, and the first one you're going to get on in years is this one. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I got to get my skate shoes on. I should have got some Audios or some Osiris's or something like that, right?
Some Audios.
I'm sure Captain's Cog can hook me up with maybe some skate shoes. He looks like a skateboarder. Anyway, guys, it's going to be an awesome episode. We're going to be doing the real-time review and be riding this thing. I've got a little separate controller over here that we're going to be using, basically the throttle and the brake. This thing has got some awesome features. It goes 32 miles an hour.
Which you're not going to be finding out today.
Hey, 32 miles an hour. If there is a stretch out here that looks decently safe and not a lot of people or dogs, we might just open it up. It has a range of 26 miles, okay? It has a 346 watt-hour Samsung lithium battery. I guess it's hidden somewhere in here. This thing, I cannot wait to rock and roll. The rear wheels here, that is where your motor is. I think they call it actually a hub drive on the rear. Oh, it's going to be awesome. I gotta get suited up. Elbow pads, knee pads, full face helmet,
bubble wrap,
gloves, bubble wrap, all that will be worn today. Don't you guys worry. Now, apparently this board's deck is made of bamboo, Canadian maple, and some fiberglass, okay? Now that probably is the reason why this thing doesn't weigh all that much. I thought it was a little bit heavier in the box because it comes with a whole bunch of stuff. It comes with a multi-tool, the charger, the controller, and it even comes with a charging cable for your controller, which is a USB Type-C, which is pretty cool because everybody uses that these days, right?
It's packaged really well, too.
Yeah, packaged very well, but it's a 22-pound board with a payload capacity. You ready for this? 360 pounds.
I thought it was 330.
330 pounds, which is right at 150 kilograms for all you UKers. All right?
You know, they're getting so tired of that.
Yeah. It's got 2 Newton meters of torque. Apparently, this thing can rock you going up a slope of 35 degrees. I think this board, I don't know. I have no idea what to expect. I know it's got 3 different levels of, I guess, of gearing is what they call it. Beginner, intermediate, and advanced. We're going to start with the beginner. We'll probably go and work our way up. It has 3 awesome features that I don't want to tell you guys yet to actually get on this thing and try it out. So guys, we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff, especially those 3 key features that this board offers when we go on the trails. All right, so let's go get suited up, bubble wrapped up. Let's start the real-time review of the OutdoorMaster Caribou electric skateboard. OutdoorMaster, man. You guys can check out the links in the description below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn your notifications on. You ain't gonna want to miss this. Let's do it. All right, guys, here we go. Here is the power button. All right. Power button is blinking, and here's your controller. You got your power button on here as well. OutdoorMaster, if you guys can see it. All right, so I think we're on Assist 3. We need to definitely knock that sucker down a little bit. Yeah, so you guys can see here on the display, do you see the 3? 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to go to 1. This is your throttle. Let's go throttle up. And there we go. See the wheel spinning? And then brake. Let's see how this goes, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, you need to be careful.
Here we go. Level 1. Board is powered on. Let's see. Okay. And the brake. Right-handed, I believe, right foot back, left foot forward. Okay, the trucks actually feel really good and they feel very stable. Deck is definitely big enough for me to plant my feet on. Let's go forward here. Okay. All right, it's a little sketchy. We got some bumps here. Again, I have not been on a skateboard in a minute. So right at about full speed shows about 16 kilometers an hour, 15. We're not going 15 miles an hour, but we're going 15, I think, kilometers an hour at this point. And this is level 1. The cool thing about the remote or the controller here is it actually shows a full battery on the remote and a full battery on the board, signified with a B and an R. So it actually feels very stable, and I'm just cruising. This is max speed, and it shows, okay, so it actually shows 16 at the moment. So this is max speed on here. Board feels very stable, really good. Again, even over these bumps. You gotta remember, there's no suspension on this thing whatsoever, but given that it's a really big platform, it's actually quite stable. And again, the trucks have a really good amount of tension on there, so I can actually move back and forth a little bit and get some turning in here. We're gonna stop at this bench up here, readjust this camera. It looks like it's falling down on me. And then we're going to probably turn it up a notch. And I'm gonna tell you guys about some of the cool features on this thing. Let's try the brakes. All right, brakes are very good. The brakes are actually, I forgot that this thing actually had brakes for a second. I was just gonna kind of let it coast down. But the brakes are very sensitive. And what I love about this controller is it's just the slightest bit sensitive as well. So the feedback is really nice. It's not like it just jolts you forward. Something OutdoorMaster is very proud of on their website is you can actually go through your controller here and you can set up how hard you want this thing to take off, and also with your braking you have different levels of braking and your throttle control. So that's pretty cool. Big nice wheels on this guy. Man, it's smooth so far. So let's go ahead and turn it up a notch. Now you can see here, if you guys can see the screen, we're on 1. We're going to go to 2, and the remote does vibrate. Again, level 2, and I think we can adjust it while we're going. Okay, definitely level 2 is a lot harder of a takeoff than level 1. I'm guessing that the top speed is going to be way faster. Okay, so right now, ooh, definitely a little sketchy when it comes to the twigs. Right now we're going 20, so we're well over the 15 that we were showing beforehand. We're going to speed it up a little bit here. I'm going to get down on this board. The grip tape is very grippy. Okay, so I went to take off right now and to go full speed, and this sucker just took off big time. So right now we're going 30. Okay, getting the wobbles a little bit. I definitely have to slow down. Yeah, I'm gonna slow down. I'm hitting the brakes. Again, the brakes are definitely a lifesaver on this board. That and my wide stance, I've got to work on the stance on this thing. It's been so long since I've been on a skateboard. But dude, I'm digging this thing big time. I'm not sure if we should go level 3. That's gonna be scary. Let's go and check out some of the settings on this. Let's see. Okay, so it actually changes between 1, 2, and 3 as you're riding, so that's pretty cool. Now, one of the neat features with this board, guys, there's 3. Okay, now the first one is going to be actually has a low voltage cutoff, which basically means once this board gets to 15%, it will actually start vibrating and letting you know that you have about 15 minutes of ride left, and that kind of depends on, of course, the grades and everything you're riding and how much you weigh. We have about 15% left, so that's one of the things. And also the remote will actually start to vibrate as well when the remote battery starts to become low. One of the cool features here, a little wobbly. I need to work on the stance, but the grip tape, like I said, it feels so good. And the board, the deck actually is kind of concaved. And what's very cool about that is my feet are just in the same exact spot I started with. Very comfortable in the standing department. Brakes. Wow, once you get on it, those brakes really start to kick in. That's going to be a second really cool feature of this board. Let's get, we're going up a little uphill section here. That's another really cool thing when it comes to these brakes, another feature that I'm let you guys know all about. I'm going to have to mess with this camera view a little bit because it's messing with my stand. Really, I mean, this thing does come with that multi-tool, so we're going to have to probably tighten up these trucks just a little bit. Either that or just get a little more used to them. But when it does come to the brakes, guys, an awesome feature that this board has This board has regenerative brakes. So that basically means every time you go to hit the brakes, like I am right now, slowing down, the power that's generated from your brakes apparently goes back into the battery of the board. Oh yeah, those wheels are doing a good job on some of these cracks. The power goes back into the board and goes right back into the battery, so that's awesome. Yeah, level 2 is definitely a lot faster, and it also, the amount of torque that it decides to kick up in, big time. It shoots you. Not to the point where it feels like you're gonna fall off, but you definitely have to get in that stance a little bit more. Okay, taking the turns a little more comfortable now. Sorry, it's windy, guys, if you can't hear me all that great. Okay, stop sign, we're going to stop here. Yeah, the brakes do kick in quite strong on level 2. All right, we're going up this hill. This is a pretty good amount of grade. You guys are probably getting the GoPro effect, but we're at 30 right now. I'm gonna get down on this board. I'm getting the wiggles, I'm getting the wobbles, baby. Yeah, I could not see going 32 miles an hour on this thing. Okay, we're at 25, 26, up over the hill. And see, this right here is perfect for regenerating power with the brakes. Because now we're hitting those brakes, we're going 26, it's slowing us down nice and easy. Right back to a comfortable cruising speed. Wow, what a design. This is awesome. I mean, if I were a skateboarder, just check it out. I mean, we're on a grade here just stopping. Man, if I were like an all-the-time boarder, this right here would be amazing. I mean, considering, you know, most of the time you have to like put your foot down to stop, right? You have to put your foot down to stop, or you have to, you know, put your foot down or to actually get some throttle in there. But trucks are good for turning like this, but man, at the top speed, they start to get a little wobbly. But this right here could change a skateboarder's life. I mean, if you're used to a skateboard and like getting around town, oh man, this here is the equivalent, of course, of an e-bike for us. Wow, this is just too cool. So the bike route goes on the road. We're gonna stay away from the road for right now. We'll probably go down this way in the little neighborhood action and keep on cruising on this thing. But wow, the tires are great. I mean, they just absorb so much when it comes to the cracks. It definitely does get some getting used to, but we're going to tighten these trucks down a little bit. Again, this thing does come with a multi-tool for everything that you're going to need. But I'm just such a fan of this. Some of the cool things with this board is you can actually go through here and you're supposed to be able to see your power of the board, your heat of the motor, and everything else. And that's when the board is on. So I'm a little confused as to why that's not working. But let's get back on this board. I'm going to show you guys the last really cool feature and we'll get some more riding in. All right, so the third cool feature, first one is it has the automatic cutoff and it has the warning, right? At a certain amount of speed or a certain amount of battery left over. I think it's like 5.4% or something like that. Number one. Number two, the regenerative brakes. Number three, we hold the throttle here, we hit the power button, and now we are in cruise control, guys. I'm not messing with the throttle whatsoever. We were set at 24. It is dropping down to about 21, and we're in level 3 right now. So at any point I decide to hit the throttle button or any of the other buttons on this board, it will kick the cruise control off. So how awesome is this? I can move around. I'm not even having to worry about my controller in the hand. Oh, that is just awesome. Some of the e-bikes, like I said, that we have offer that, and there's nothing cooler than going to like a campground and cruising the campground and putting that sucker on cruise control, not even have to worry about your throttle button anymore. You can just worry about talking and cruising with your boys. This board is awesome so far. One thing I definitely want to do is I want to get that tool that OutdoorMaster had sent with the package. I want to tighten these trucks up because my ankles and my toes are feeling it. The funny thing is I don't want to get off of it. Like I want to start going that way. This thing is, like I said, man, for the everyday skateboarder that's used to skating and having to put his foot down to go faster and foot down to slow down, or however they kick up the board to slow it down. The brake and the throttle adjustment is awesome. The only thing I'm having an issue with right now with the controller is there's no display. It says that you're supposed to be able to display how far you've gone. You're supposed to be able to check out your board temperature and everything else. So we'll have to get the manual out and take a look at that. We're going to go down that way and see if it's a little bit more stable, because right now my legs are feeling it. Okay, better in the legs now. Wide enough stance, I believe. Let's take off here. We're in level 2. Okay, high rate of speed, way easier, kind of like a bike. I mean, way easier to turn and stay upright. So that's a plus. Way more comfortable now. I mean, holy crap. I'm doing 30, I'm not even getting wobbly, guys. Huge difference. All right, let's go to level 3. Okay, vibrates, we're on level 3 now. We're gonna turn up the speed and see. Okay. We're going 40, whatever 40 is. Now see how good the brakes work? And we're going to a pretty good stop. Wow. Yeah, just the thing is the regenerative brakes. The thing is the trucks are so stiff right now. When I try to turn, I can't. So that's just a give and take. I mean, I'm not gonna blame the board or the design for that. That's just, you know, how it's gonna be. At this point, I don't know how far we've gone. We've at least gone 3 to 4 miles. We had to have, right? It is saying that we have a full board power. We have full control power as well. Maybe that's to do with that regenerative braking, because I was using a lot of brake. It's a bummer that the functionality button does not get me to see. Oh, there we go. I just flicked it a whole bunch of times and now it says speed and unit. Okay, now we're miles per hour. That's awesome. Man, we might have to do one more speed run, guys. Let's go back down this way. We'll do one more speed run and see exactly how fast we can get it in miles per hour. Okay, does that sound okay? Miles per hour speed run before we go. All right, guys, we got a good stretch out here in front of us. Hopefully the camera stays stable. We now have this thing set in miles per hour, which is great. We're gonna get a good stance on it. We're gonna go level 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna see what the top speeds get to before we get out of here. Okay, top speed for level 1 is 15 miles an hour. Top speed for level 2 is 20 miles an hour. Top speed level 3, I'm gonna have to wait before we really open this thing up. It gets a little sketchy up here in these turns. $31 miles an hour, and it still wanted to go a little bit more, and that's with the headwind. So we got up to 31 miles an hour on this board right now, pretty quickly. And again, it still wanted to go a little bit more, but I'm guessing since it is set at only 32 miles an hour, that's what it lets you know you can go at, 32 miles an hour. I'm guessing it probably would have started dying out as soon as we got there. That's most of the stuff, but yeah, I mean, right now I'm super comfortable on this board, very stable feeling, and that's due to the trucks. You know, they definitely want to, this board definitely wants to go. I want to go a little bit faster, but I'm going to be safe for right now, and we will, we're going to get back to the truck. We're going to do a little stuff back at the truck. But look at that, you could just be like, come on board, I'll walk this board if I can't ride it. All right, guys, Wolfstick Nation, that was a real-time review of OutdoorMaster's all-new Caribou electric skateboard. We even got their Rhino helmet on, super airy. It's perfect for days like this. It's like 90-something degrees out, and my wind was just flowing in the, or my hair was just flowing in the wind. All right. I don't really have anything bad to say. I mean, if I had to try to find some negatives, one would be the functionality of the remote control. You guys did see I was able to actually switch it to miles per hour. I got up to 30.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just hit it like 8 times. I got up to 31 miles an hour on this board.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I was moving, but the tightening of the trucks helped. One of the negatives would be the function button that we cannot go through, and just like the manual says, I reread it again. It says that you're supposed to be able to touch it to be able to see whether you're moving or not, to see your motor temperature and your battery percentages real time. I would like to have seen that. I do like that. So far we've probably ridden, I'd say 6 miles, given, you know, we've ran this whole course here about 3 times, 4 times back and forth. And the nice thing is on the remote, it still has the reading for the board and the remote, and they're both still fully charged. I think a lot of that has to do with the regenerative power because we're using a lot of brakes out there. The board is a little warm at this point. My left knee can feel it. I do have shorts and pads on, but I can feel the warmth coming through. It didn't overheat. One of the other negatives on this board would be the platform, the deck. I was talking about in the beginning how nice it was that has that concave shape to it, and that kind of my feet kind of sitting there. But over time, it does get a little bit of annoying because it kind of fights. It starts to fight against you in the cornering and turning department. It feels like you're about to fall off the board, which I did a few times when you're trying to put some into it or trying to put some toes into it. So I mean, maybe just another rider, somebody that's a little bit more experience with skateboards can probably know or tell me where I need to actually put my feet. But it concaves in the middle, then it kind of puckers up on both the nose and the tail of the board. Kind of annoying. Well, maybe just with a little more riding time we'll be able to really figure that out. I absolutely love the cruise control. I love it on this board. It's awesome. Just set it, forget it, and just be able to look around and ride. The tightening of the trucks, you know, with that multi-tool that the OutdoorMaster sends with it. It was very nice because it changed up the feel of this board completely. I can see a little bit more testing and tuning and maybe getting this thing just right for me. But right now at top speeds, there's no wiggle whatsoever. I just got done doing 31 miles an hour earlier.
No wobbles at 31, huh?
No. Earlier at was it 20 kilometers an hour? I was getting wobbles. I was like, oh, buddy, I don't see how somebody can go 31. But I just did it. And the board wanted to still go. All in all, man, OutdoorMaster has done another excellent job with one of their products. Such a fan of it. Guys, OutdoorMaster did not pay us anything for this real-time review or initial impressions episode. And we don't make anything off of the links. So if you guys are interested, you guys can check out the links in the description below if these things are not sold out. All right, I have a feeling they're going to be going hot. They'll probably be sold out here pretty quick. OutdoorMaster, again, you guys have done an awesome job on your Caribou skateboard. I can't wait to show this thing off and have other people ride it, you know. But guys, that was another Wolfstick Videos episode. We appreciate you guys watching. As always, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you on the next episode.
Yeah.